What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Scott here. Michigan State versus UNC, 5:30 Saturday on CBS. A rematch of that 2009 NCAA title game where UNC had basically an NBA roster, and it's still absolutely ridiculous looking back at it, the dudes that they had on that team. MSU had the first round win over Mississippi State, 69-51. North Carolina beat Wagner 90-62, both pretty decisive wins in the round of 64. Now, diving into North Carolina, they're technically the lowest ranked 1 seed, but don't get it twisted. They are still obviously a really good team. One of the best in the country. I don't think there was any debate that they were a top 5 to 7 seed at worst. 5 to 7 team at worst, should I say, sorry. RJ Davis, the ACC Player of the Year, averages 21, 4, and 4 and shoots it at 41% from 3, with the highest volume on the team, shooting the highest percentage. He really gets the things going for the Tar Heels. He can take you off the dribble. He can get you from 3, finish at the rim well. Probably the best guard we will see this year, if not the top guard, top 2 to 3 minimum. Armando Bacot, in his seemingly 17th year of college basketball, averages 14 and 10 for them. His assist stats don't show it. He's only averaging 1.5 assists a game, but he can pass the ball well from that position out of the post and has good vision around the court. But 2 big pieces that I think are going to be what decides the outcome of this game are transfers: Harrison Ingram and Cormac Ryan. Ingram transferred from Stanford, averages 12 and 9 boards, and shoots 37% from 3. He can get out in transition, is good in the post, backing down, and can finish uniquely and hit tough shots at the rim, and has good vision passing out of the post as well. Pretty much all of his threes come from set shots or catch and shoot looks. Cormac Ryan transferring in from first Stanford and then most recently Notre Dame the last couple years, which MSU fans might remember him from last year playing MSU. After our trip out to the PK80, we had that weird 1 day at home, or 2 days at home I think it was, and then back on the road to play at Notre Dame. Definitely did not help the Spartans with that short rest coming from out west, and Cormac Ryan ended up hitting seemed like 14 to 17 threes in that horrific blowout against Spartans, but he averages 11 and shoots 34% from 3, which he is their second highest volume 3-point shooter behind RJ Davis. He had a career high 31 on 6 threes at Duke a couple weeks ago. Against MSU in that game when he was at Notre Dame last year, he had 23 and made 6 threes in that game as well. Most of his 3-point looks will come off set looks or motion looks running off of screens. Watch for him leaking out in transition as well. He can be sneaky on that front. Elliot Cadeau is a pesky guard who defends hard. Now, not just Bacot down low, but Jalen Withers is a tough guard down low. Last game, hitting 16 and 10. Well above his 4 and 4 average. Jalen Washington as well. Both kind of new age 4s. They can, they can move and play the 5 as well. Lastly, Paxton Wojcik, obviously the son of Michigan State assistant Doug Wojcik, averages only 2 a game. He doesn't play that much, only 8 minutes a game, but against MSU last year when he was at Brown, he scored 10 points and had 13 boards, which was a career high for him. Now, UNC as a team, they are top 25 in adjusted efficiency, both offensively and defensively. They shoot the ball at 36% from 3, pretty good, and they shoot 75% from the free throw line. Very solid as well. They're a good defensive team, top 50 in both 2-point and 3-point defense, holding opponents to 32% from 3 and 46% from 2. Biggest non-con games of the year for UNC this year: they lost to UConn 87-76. They did lose to Kentucky 87-83 and lost to Villanova in overtime as well, 83-81. All 3 of those games, though, were at the beginning of the year, so obviously has seen a lot of growth throughout the year and just gotten better. They beat Duke twice, went 28-7 overall, 17-3 in the conference, including a 9-1 record in Quad 1 games, 7-4 in Quad 2. For Michigan State, if they can defend, which they have the guards to try and slow down RJ Davis, that is this team's strength, is their guards, their wings. But slowing down one of the best players in the country will definitely be a challenge. But if they can try to limit him as much as they can, strength on strength there, then that'll be a positive for Michigan State. If we can get the center by committee going against Bacot down low, just make things difficult for him. You're not asking to completely shut out RJ Davis or Armando Bacot, 2 of the best players in the country, but if you can just limit them, make things difficult for them, make them work hard for what they have to get, it can possibly slow the game down and not be the avalanche of both of them getting going at the same time. But I think the key to this game is the other guys we mentioned, Ingram and Ryan. If they can force them into some tough looks and shut the water off for them, I think MSU has a good shot in this one. They need to continue to hit shots like they did on Thursday. They came out, hit some good shots, and throughout the game were pretty consistent, shot the ball really well from three and the field overall. Bart Torvik has UNC as the 8th best team in the country. MSU is back up to 16. Bart Torvik also has this as a 70-68 UNC win. FanDuel has UNC favored by about 3.5 currently at the time of recording. But the game is in Charlotte. It's going to be pro-UNC crowd, but the Spartans do travel well. So I hope to see a lot of Spartans in the stands there on Saturday. But let's defend, rebound, and run what this program was made on. Let's see if we can make some shots again. Let's make some noise and get into the second weekend. See y'all after the game to talk about it. Thank you all so much for watching, and go green.